Sometimes the smartest person in the room ends up becoming the least successful. Strange, right? Because we grow up believing that intelligence guarantees success. But real life often tells a very different story. The top student from school struggles in life. Meanwhile, the average student builds a successful company. So the question is, what actually makes the difference? A professor once noticed something strange. After teaching for 25 years, he began tracking his former students, and a surprising pattern appeared. The most brilliant students rarely became the most successful, but many average students were building businesses, leading teams, and creating impressive careers. So the professor started searching for the reason.
He remembered two students, Arjun and Samir. Arjun was brilliant, perfect grades, sharp thinking, always the smartest in class. Samir was different. He wasn't the best student. Sometimes he struggled. But he had one unusual habit. He kept trying, even after mistakes. At graduation, everyone believed the future was obvious. Arjun would succeed, Samir would struggle. But life had other plans.
10 years later, the professor checked what happened. Arjun had changed jobs again and again and again. He was still searching for the perfect opportunity, the perfect salary, the perfect company, the perfect moment. But Samir? Samir had already started a small company. It wasn't perfect, but it was growing every year. That's when the professor noticed something important. Arjun was waiting for the perfect door to open. Samir simply walked through the first door available. Arjun analyzed everything. Samir started immediately. One waited for certainty. The other learned through action. And slowly, their lives moved in completely different directions. The professor eventually realized the hidden problem. Smart people are used to being right, so they avoid situations where they might look wrong. They overthink, they analyze, they prepare endlessly, but action gets delayed, not because they are lazy, but because they want to avoid mistakes. Average people think differently. They expect mistakes. They expect things to go wrong. So instead of waiting, they simply start moving forward. They try, they fail, they learn, and then they try again. The professor later summarized the lesson in one powerful sentence. Intelligence helps you solve problems, but success requires something else: tolerance for mistakes. Every real achievement involves failure. Every business, every invention, every great idea. The people who succeed are simply the ones who continue longer than others. So let me ask you something. Is there something in your life you've been delaying because it isn't perfect yet? Maybe a business idea, a YouTube channel, a project, or a dream you keep postponing. If that's you, write "start" in the comments. And remember this: success doesn't belong to the smartest people. It belongs to the ones who start before they feel ready.